guys, it's tea time because I already had my coffee. We got lattes at Starbucks, so I was like, I'm gonna make me some tea because it sounded very good. So I got some Good Earth Original steeping right now. It's just sitting there like, drink me, but I'm like, you're too hot, hold on, guy. Anywho, so today I was reflecting today on how weird it is. I keep forgetting that I'm at the age where a lot of my friends are either engaged, married, or have kids. And it's so bizarre. It's really bizarre because I still feel like such a kid. So we went to the grocery store. The reason I started thinking about this, we went to the grocery store and there's a girl that I graduated with who has 3 kids right now. And I saw her at the grocery store with her 3 kids and she just looked like she wanted to pull her hair out. I felt so bad for her, but I was like, holy moly, you are the same age as me and you have 3 children. Blowing my mind. Like, I know that I am nowhere near ready to have kids. No way. So it's just so crazy. Like, people hit different points in their life, like in their life plans, so much earlier. And sometimes things happen that weren't in their plans at all. Like kids, I think. At least 50% of the time are accidents. Happy accidents, but accidents, you know. So, I don't know, it's really interesting, like, growing up in a small town and then visiting the small town again, I'm like, whoa. I'm seeing people that I totally went to school with for a really long time, we graduated, and I haven't seen them since. But when I come back, typically, there's somebody that I went to school with is working at pretty much every store I go to. That's how small we are. Every store that we go to, there's somebody that I went to school with. And I'll run into someone every time. It'll be someone that I haven't seen in years and I'll be like, whoa! And most of the time they have kids now. I'm like, dang! I cannot do that! I am not ready for this! I don't know, it's one of those weird wake-up calls that happens where I'm like, I am in my mid-20s. Still too hot. But yeah, mid-20s. And like, a lot of people that I knew either got married or pregnant or something, like right out of high school. I'm like, dude, I couldn't have done that. I mean, if it had happened, I would have had to do that, but it's like, dang! That would be pretty crazy, just knowing my personality and knowing me. I'm like, I couldn't have done it. Or at least I'm glad that didn't happen, because I don't think that I could have been a good mom. And I don't think I would be a good mom now. No way. But I do want to have kids someday. So it's just kind of crazy. She had a very cute little boy though. I was like, oh, you're so adorable. The other day, we were at, where were we? I think at Fred Meyer. And there was, I think she was a grandma with like a couple really young kids. And one of the kids was just one note screaming the entire way down the aisle. I was like, something needs to happen. This kid was just like rocking back and forth in the cart screaming, non-stop screaming. Did not stop at all. And as she went by, she like smiled at us apologetically and we were like, is this what you do? You just put up with this all day long? It's like, dang. I mean, I know I'm not good at disciplining at all. I'm terrible at disciplining, whether it's an animal or... I'm actually better at disciplining animals than I am at disciplining kids. But I think that that's because I've never had like a kid that was my kid. And I feel weird disciplining other people's kids. It's just, even if they're my nieces, I was like, no. But... like, I just feel like that's not the way to deal with it. Just be like, oh, he'll get tired eventually. I'm just gonna let him terrorize the entire place with his screams. It's like, how? Babies, for those of you who don't know this, I only know this because I did acting training, but babies, the reason that babies are able to scream for so long and not hurt themselves is because when you're first born, you automatically know to use your diaphragm. We just learn how to breathe the incorrect way as we get older and like with our posture and everything. So they were explaining that the reason that babies can just scream forever and ever and ever, amen, is because they use their diaphragm. They don't scream incorrectly, so they never hurt themselves. They can just go for hours. It's like, dang! You think eventually they're gonna be like, my throat hurts, I guess I'll stop. Mm-mm. They're like, I could go all day. Screaming forever. Poor moms. I watched, I think I told you guys, I think I told you guys when I was watching Super Nanny. Super Nanny is a crazy show. They do some weird things to get kids in line. I was like, it would be so hard. Oh man. That's one of the reasons. I'm waiting. I'm waiting until I'm like late 30s maybe. And then I'll like adopt. Maybe have one, I don't know. But I'll definitely adopt one. And be like, hey, you wanna hang out and not scream a lot? And hopefully my kid will be like, yeah, okay, and then we'll fist bump. That's gonna be my relationship with my kid. So, but that's quite a ways down the road. Yeah. Good times. I was like, dang. Everybody that I went to school with is growing up. I have not grown up yet. I spend most of my time playing video games or reading comic books or working at a place that entirely revolves around video games. Like, I'm not gonna grow up anytime soon. Whoops. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think that you can be interested in things that aren't considered grown up but still be mature. Does that make sense? I think that I can continue to love these things, but also continue to mature. Unfortunately, immaturity and video games and cartoons are usually all associated with each other. And I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Sillies? I want to drink more of this, but it's just not cold enough. Why won't you let me love you? Just tastes so good. Anywho, yeah, that's really all that's happened today. And they almost didn't put the sprinkles on my latte, and stuff was happening. I was like, they gave me, so they were like, alright, soy, no whip, latte, here you go. And I was like, thanks, and I took it, and I opened it up, and I was like, there are no sprinkles. They have these little, they're like little caramel sprinkles, I think, that I just love. It's like a gift when you take a drink and like there's a tiny little caramel sprinkle that gets in your mouth and you're like, yay! So I opened up the lid and they weren't there, but they put them on my mom's. And so while she was putting them on my mom's, I was like, can you just drop a few of those on top of mine? And she was like, oh sure, I just usually don't when there's no whip. I was like, get on that. I would like some of that. She was like, oh, okay, foot. And I was like, yeah, that's what's up. I was so happy. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. We're going to see my brother tonight. I'm very excited. And then I get to spend the night with Jared and Amanda. So that'll be exciting. But other than that, no plans today. Just gonna hang out. So, I hope you guys had a good Saturday. I did. It's been relaxing so far. So, I will talk to you guys again on Sunday. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!